Hello everybody, back here again for another vlog a day, and today is Thursday the 9th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got up this morning fairly early, got the dogs taken care of and all the good fun that comes with it. Proceeded to get a couple of things done around the house. My wife got off to work without incident. Everything went good. Went ahead and that was a person that thought they would hang out the window and bark like a dog and then giggle like a schoolgirl, which is absolutely ridiculousness. But hey, everybody's got their own little kinks, I guess, so people are weird. But went ahead, after she got off to work, I got a couple things around the house done, hung out a little bit, and then decided I was going to run up to Daytona. I needed to go up there to a record shop that my father-in-law had left half of his wallet there. Ironically, my wife had told him that she saw his wallet the other day about how he needed a new wallet because it was falling apart, and had a bunch of his like business cards and credit cards and medical cards and all that stuff like rubber banded together. Luckily, when he dropped it, somebody else found it, picked it up, gave it to the owner, and he's known the owner for, I don't know, 30, 40 years, however long it's been. So the guy put it behind the counter, called him, and I was gonna go pick it up. So went ahead, headed up to get it, and on the way up there, I stopped in at the Lowe's, kind of doing a little shopping and stuff, seeing what else I need. I don't go through Lowe's very often because I don't get up that way. I think I like Lowe's better. I like the employees at Lowe's a lot better than Home Depot for the most part. Seem to be more courteous, more aimed towards giving you assistance. Like if you ask them, hey, where is something, not only will they tell you, they'll take you there to show you, to make sure you find the right thing that you're looking for, which is always kind of nice, but not as good as my little local hardware shop. But I went up there and looked around some things, found a couple items I wanted. Found my wife a new a chair cushion for outside. She's been wanting new cushions. The ones we have are just ugly brown, and they're breaking down. They came with the chairs. They were not real good to begin with, but we've tried multiple times, and either they're so soft and there's never a chair set up in the store where you can sit on and try them. So you have to bring them home, put them in your chair, and then you don't like them. But they're either so soft they do nothing, and it's like sitting on a blanket, which does nothing. Or if they're so damn hard and they're so thick that you're setting way up and your armrests don't work, like they're giant things. So I don't know. I'm having a hard time finding them. I got these. They were pretty blue, which is what she likes. Brought them home, and as I was checking out, I got by aisles in the cart and didn't pay attention to it. The woman rang it up, and she hit the scan code, and there's a back and a bottom that are zip tied together, and they're $65 a piece. Grabbed a couple other things I needed, and then I realized the bill was like $150. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why is my bill so high? I didn't think much about it. I was like, oh, whatever. So as I was looking at the receipt, I walked out. She rang up the back and the bottom each. So I ended up paying like $130 for one set of cushions at 65. So tried to go back in. They told me they couldn't help me there. I had to go around to the return desk, which I was like, God. So I walked right into the return desk and stood in line there for like 15 minutes, which I was not real happy about, but it is what it is. So they refunded back the $65 on my credit card, or 70 whatever it was bucks with tax. Got that refunded back, so I at least have just the cushions that I wanted. And then got up the truck. And it's one of those things when I walked up and put stuff on the counter, she had taken my cart from me to begin with, and that's one of the reasons why I didn't see that she rang up both of them at one time, because she kind of pulled the cart away from me and whatnot, scanned all my stuff. And then as I was loading in the truck, there was a little set of like tweezers that I bought. They were on clearance. They were, I don't know, $10, whatever they were on clearance for. And as I was putting in the truck, I was like, wait a minute, I looked at the receipt again. They're not on there. So I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, you took my cart from me, so I couldn't take the stuff out of the cart, put it up on the counter for you to ring up, and then you guys don't ring this up. And I'm like, I already waited in line for 15 minutes at the return desk to fix a mistake you made. And I was like, I'm not going back. And probably should have, I don't know. It's that whole thing of maybe I should have, maybe I shouldn't have. But if that was like a self-checkout and the cops are called and they saw the camera, I'd be arrested for this. I could be charged with, theft and all this crap. But you guys, are like Walmart, especially Home Depot, Lowe's, all these guys are like charging anybody, getting all pissed off when these people are missing items in their cart. And yet your employees that you train, that you pay, that do this 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, they're making these mistakes. So yet you expect customers to never make a mistake? Like, makes no damn sense. So that one there annoyed me a little bit, but it is what it is. So went ahead from there, headed over to the record shop, and I was driving the truck today just because it has cruise control, and I don't trust the tires on my Suburban yet. And I knew I was going to the Lowe's and whatnot. I didn't want to have the convertible because I didn't know if I was going to find some lumber or something I might want. So I went ahead and took the truck, and it gave me a weird, it didn't want to start when I went to leave today. It got to, crank on it a bunch of times. Finally fired up, stayed running. And I had that little weird gut feeling when I went to the record shop. I'm like, I don't trust this thing not to start out here in the middle of nowhere. So I went ahead and left it running. I can lock the door, take my keys out. So left it run real quick, walked in, grabbed his cards, his ID, and all that good stuff. Headed back out, jumped in the truck. It's bike week up there, so traffic is just absolutely horrendous. Motorcycles and stuff everywhere. So kind of ended up being a longer trip up there than I planned on it. Plus I'd left a little earlier than I actually thought about, because he didn't open the record shop until 10 and I got out of there early. So, but I was there shortly after. I would have been there at like 10:05, but it was probably closer to 10:25 by the time I got there because of the return of to get my money back for the screwed up cushion. So, but went ahead, said hell with it, grabbed it, headed back home. This came down 1. Usually I've got to 95, take the interstate down. I thought I'm going to drive down 1. I'll get to see a bunch of bikes out there, parked at the bars and stuff, and get them at 10:30 in the morning. There'll be a bunch of the bars. But also just driving the highways and stuff, get to see a bunch of bikes going. And it's kind of nice to see some bikes out. So I went ahead and took 1 down, which takes me a little longer to get back, but it's all good. Got to the house, had a couple other things to get done, hung around a little bit, played with the dog, decided to mow the yards. So I went over, grabbed the lawnmower, started mowing, and the batteries I have for my Ego mower, I had them stacked on top of each other a few weeks ago. And I looked over one day and noticed that the lights were on, like they were, like you're checking to see how much power's in them. And I don't know if they like synced in themselves or what happened, but they were like discharged themselves like into each other or something. So they were all hot as hell. So I spread them out on, on the desk and on the counter, the bar, the workbench, and the floor. Just kind of spread them out. But I forgot to recharge them. So. And then I went to mow. First battery went dead. I got the backyard mowed at the old house, and I had 1 swipe down the ditch, battery dead. So I went over and grabbed the battery, put that one on the charger, and then started mowing. And I mowed 2 more swipes in the ditch, and that battery's dead. I'm like, third battery, same thing. I got about 3 swipes and it was dead. So I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna go for a run. So I went and found my second battery charger. So I had at least 2 batteries charging at one time. And while they were charging, I went and got my run in, got all my nice little exercise done for the day, or at least the running part of the exercise. And then got back to the house, finished up mowing the old house, and came across the street to mow the new house. I got all the front yard done, and I was running out of time because I had a bunch of meet and greets set up for today, and dogs getting dropped off and all that kind of stuff. So I had to kind of get it wrapped up, jumped in the shower, got myself ready, had people come by for a meet and greet. Went fine, had another customer drop the dog off, and then a second customer dropped the dog off. So now I've got a few dogs here. The one of them is a little young pit bull puppy that was trying to be super dominant and trying to like hump Bruce and stuff on the meet and greet, and Bruce doesn't play that crap at all. He's like, no, put that dog down pretty quick. He's like, we don't put that tolerance here, which the owner was like, hey, he needs that. He needs somebody to teach him, not to. So you knew that was going to be a situation with this one, and I was like, well, we'll see. Luckily, the other doodle came earlier and stuff, so we're all good. And then took him outside with the doodle, and that pit bull wanted nothing to do with that doodle. Like, it was terrified of the doodle. It was kind of, I was like, what the hell, what's up with that? And it was like just kind of hiding from it. So they kind of ran around the yard a little bit, played a little bit, but not much. Second dog, basically, so I had the second meet and greet. It went fine, no big issue at all. I've been getting swamped with like meet and greets lately and stuff. It's been crazy. They brought a couple dogs over, and the one dog is just a horrible drinker, like just sticks his whole face in there and just splashes water everywhere. Like, it's so gross, and just, yeah, oh, it's awful. But it's only an overnight, so won't be the end of the world. There's a good chance I'll just put down some extra towels around the water bowl, and then the other thing I might do is just, because we're outside a lot, I might just pull the water dish in the house and just water the dogs outside and let him make the mess in the yard and the patio, and I won't care. But it was just, it's just crazy how bad he is with water. And it sounds like she does that with him. Like, she'll restrict his water because he's so bad at it. But just absolutely crazy stuff. So yeah, but I've been getting tons of requests for people, new dogs, and last minute requests. Like, it's people like trying to basically book their dog for like 3 hours from now, and they are listing like horrible descriptions of their dog, like, which at least they're honest about it. But dog has aggression issues and humps everything and mounts everything, and I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, I got puppies here and stuff. Like, I don't want to mess with it. So I got a young little doodle and that young little pit bull puppy, and I just don't want to mess with it. So, and they're like, oh, it's 5 years old and he's unneutered and, blah, blah. And he's like really aggressive. I'm like, get your goddamn dog fixed, or find somebody else that watches your dog regularly. Especially don't hit me up with like 3 hours notice. And my figure is, either one, they're just ignorant people, which may be a possibility, but most likely somebody else that had them booked. They got to the house and the dog was such a terror that they canceled on them, and now they're scrambling trying to find somebody new to watch a dog last minute. But kind of getting a little bit like just crazy. I got like 6 different meet and greets scheduled like in the next couple days, and 2 of them were with 2 different dogs total. So I got like 8 dogs coming in meet and greets and stuff, and it just, yeah, so who knows. It's one of those things that everybody's like, oh, it's something like in the Reddit groups, everybody's like, oh, it's super slow right now for dog watching and stuff, and not here. I'm not busy, so it is kind of is what it is. So they got all done. They took off. So now it's weird 'cause it's like early in the day ish. I mean, it's like 5 o'clock now, but I've already got my run and stuff done, and I'm ready. And I'm like, it's kind of weird. I had another 6 o'clock appointment for a dog to get dropped off. Dog got dropped off, everything went fine there. And then I had a 6:45 meet and greet scheduled, and I had a customer reached out that was going to drop it off between like 6 and 8 is the time frame she gave me. And I'm like, okay. So she said, hey, can I drop the dog off at 7? I'm like, I have a 6:45 meet and greet. Can we do it a little bit later or do it earlier? I don't care. And she's like, I can't do it earlier. I won't be able to get there in time, but I'll do it later. I'll make it 7:30. I said, absolutely, perfectly fine. Watch the dog a bunch of times, and it's all good. So plus it was one of those things where we went to, like it was a last minute request also from her. So she went ahead and said, hell with it, and it was all good there. So, but yeah, we got that wrapped up, and dog got dropped off. Everybody's getting along good, and the dogs are all playing, having themselves all the fun they want to have. We had leftover pulled pork again for dinner, watched some Seinfeld. My wife ended up eating after the doodle got dropped off because it was that weird. By the time she got home, and the meet and greets and the drop-offs and stuff were all kind of stacking up on top of her, which I ate early knowing it was going to be a weird stacked up time with the dogs. So, but it went good. Ended up back outside, played at the printer for a little bit, had myself a nice little cigar, enjoyed the beautiful evening. It's actually chilly enough. I put on some pants and actually put on my wool socks because my little feetsies were getting cold, and I don't like it when my feet are cold. So anyway, that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.